Hey everybody, what's going on? Boost Auto here, and today we're going to be installing S-Series cab lights on 25 and newer Ram 2500 and 3500 trucks. Let's get into it.
Introducing our S-Series cab lights by Boost Auto. Offered with a wide variety of customizable options, these cab lights are sure to set your build apart from the rest, enhance visibility, and add a premium touch to your vehicle's appearance with our exclusive features. Light up the night with Boost Auto's crisp white or sleek amber running lights that will leave your build looking sharp. You can also option for our jaw-dropping startup sequence, adding personality to your vehicle from the moment you turn the key. Plus, we've developed groundbreaking technology with our S-Series module that enables turn signal functionality without the need to run extra wires up to the cab lights. Get them in standard flashing signal or option for the premium sequential signal where the lights swipe instead of flash. The best part is both styles are available in switchback, so they'll fit right in with the rest of the Boost Auto products on your truck. Our S-Series cab lights' innovative construction means you'll get a watertight seal without the need of adhesives or sealants. Plus, with our precision engineering, our cab lights will fit flush perfectly, matching the curvature of your vehicle's roof. A couple of things to note before we get into the install. First, the procedure outlined in this video is for 2025 and newer Ram heavy-duty trucks that came with factory cab lights. If your vehicle didn't come with cab lights and you're looking to upgrade, or your vehicle's a different year range, head on over to boostauto.com for the latest in fitment and availability and to purchase all we have to offer. Let's get into it.
One of the first things we're going to do is disconnect the negative terminal of the primary battery, which is on the driver's side of the vehicle, using a 10mm wrench or socket.
If you have an auxiliary battery, disconnect that at this time too.
Starting on the passenger side of the vehicle, we're going to use a T20 torque socket to remove one screw at the back side of the cab light.
Now, using a microfiber cloth to protect the roof and a trim tool, push in on the sides of the cab light and pull up.
Next, we're going to disconnect the electrical connector. First, pull back on this white tab and pull back on the connector. Go ahead and perform those same steps on the remainder of your cab lights.
With the factory cab lights removed, go ahead and wipe down the roof before we install our new S-Series lights.
All right, so now we're prepared to install our S-Series cab lights on this vehicle. Let's take note, looking at our S-Series cab light, it's important. When you look at the underside, you're gonna see that they're numbered. I've got number 1 in my hand right now.
Number 1 is going to be installed on the passenger side of the vehicle, and then you'll work your way over to the driver's side.
All right, before we install our cab light, you're gonna wanna install your rubber gasket onto your screw prior to installation. All right, first thing we're gonna do is take our OEM connector and plug it into our S-Series cab light. Plugs in nice and easy. That, push the white tab in. It's important to take note of this tab on the front of our cab lights. You're going to need to secure it into the opening towards the front of the vehicle and make sure you hold the cab light there during your installation. Slide it forward into place and now hold the cab light there. All right, take the screw, insert it into its location. Take your Phillips screwdriver and start to install it while holding the cab light in place, making sure to use hand tools. Now that we've got one cab light installed, go ahead and repeat the same process on the remainder of the cab lights. With the installation of that last cab light, if you option for running light only, you can skip forward to the battery reconnection part of this video. If you option for turn signal functionality, you need to install our S-Series module, which is going to be in the next part of this video. So this is our S-Series module. If you option for turn signal functionality, you'll receive this module with your kit. The 2-pin connector will plug into the red and black 2-pin harness in your kit for power and ground, and the 4-pin will plug into the 4-pin harness in your kit for running light and turn signal. The output side of the module will have a blue wire and a black wire. The black wire is not used and will be taped back out of the way. The blue wire on the output side is the output to your cab lights. This will intercept the already existing cab light wire. So still on the passenger side, we're going to take off this side cover. Using a trim tool, we're going to start from the bottom.
With the side panel removed, we gain access to this black connector. In order to disconnect this black connector, you need to lift up on the white tab and then push down and remove the connector.
Give yourself a little more room to work by peeling back the tape on the connector. With the connector tab facing up, we are going to be tapping to the wire in pin 1. Pin 1 is in the top row, first slot on the left. Go ahead and cut this wire and strip back both ends. Make sure to cut far enough up the wire to give yourself room to add in the module.
Take your S-Series module and take the blue wire with the butt connector, and you're going to connect it to the wire that is going up towards the cab lights.
Then heat shrink the butt connector. Take a butt connector from your kit and crimp it onto the other end of the wire we cut.
All right, now we're going to take our 4-pin harness connector and plug it into the function input on our S-Series module. The orange wire is going to be connecting to this previously installed butt connector on the wire that goes towards the black connector. So measure it to length, cut the wire, strip the end of it. Now go ahead and crimp it into your previously installed butt connector. Then go ahead and heat shrink the butt connector. Now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and re-plug in our black connector. Next, we're going to plug in our 2-pin connector, or power input.
For the remaining wires, we are going to be working under the hood on the driver's side. To do so, we're going to need to pass the wires under the dash. So first, we need to remove the blower motor cover.
Now that the push pins are removed, you can lower the blower motor cover, and you may have an electrical connector that you need to disconnect. Once that's disconnected, go ahead and remove the cover.
Now guide the wires down into the footwell by sliding them in between the side panel and the kick panel. They'll be covered up by the blower motor cover when we reinstall it.
To help get the wires to the driver's side, tape them to a straightened out metal piece and feed them under the dash to the other side, being cautious of these HVAC components.
Now that the wires are routed to the driver's side of the vehicle, go ahead and secure your S-Series module.
Next, we need to feed the wires, still attached to the straightened out metal piece, into the engine compartment. We're going to use this rubber grommet as our pass-through. With the wires now underneath the hood, take the red wire with the blue tracer and guide it down toward the driver's side headlight.
We need to access the driver's headlight connector. In order to do that, in the wheel well, we need to remove this access panel. We'll start by using a trim tool to remove this push pin.
Looking through the access port, you can see the headlight connector we are going to be tapping to. To remove the connector, slide the red locking tab towards you, then push in the connector release and pull out. To give yourself some more slack to access the headlight connector, remove this connector tab, holding the harness in place.
Now that we have better access to our driver's headlight connector, we're going to peel back some of this tape so that we can expose the wires that we are going to tap to.
With the connector tab facing up, we are going to be tapping to the wire in pin 3. Pin 3 is in the top row, third slot on the left. Install a T-tap onto this wire. Now take the red and blue wire, measure it to length, cut it, strip it back, and crimp on a spade terminal.
Once that's done, plug the spade terminal into your previously installed T-tap.
Then go ahead and plug the connector back in, re-engaging the red locking tab.
Once the headlight connector is plugged back in, you can re-secure the harness with its connector tab.
You can then close and secure the fender access port.
Now that we have the driver's side headlight tapped, we need to do the passenger side. So you're going to take your red wire with a green tracer, send it over to the passenger side headlight. While accessing the connector is the same as the driver's side, we'll also be tapping to the same pin number, pin 3. The main difference is we'll be tapping to the connector through the access port and not up through the fender like the driver's side. All right, next we're going to be tapping for power on the primary battery. So take your red wire from the 2-pin harness, measure it and cut it to length. Once you have it cut, strip the end.
Now install the inline fuse from your kit onto the red wire via the attached butt connector.
Use a heat gun to shrink the butt connector. Take one of your ring terminals from your kit and crimp it on to the exposed end of the inline fuse wire.
We're going to be connecting the red wire to the positive side of the battery. To access the battery, push in the tabs on the cover and lift it off.
I'm going to remove this nut off of the positive terminal and place my ring terminal over the stud using a 10mm socket. Go ahead and reinstall your cover.
Next, grab the black wire from the harness, cut it to length, strip back the wire, and crimp on a ring terminal.
For our ground location, we're going to loosen this 10mm nut that's on top of the negative terminal of the primary battery.
Now place the black wire onto the negative terminal and re-secure the nut.
Before reinstalling the blower cover, make sure all wires are secured and out of the way of any heat or moving parts.
All right, we'll reinstall our blower motor cover, starting with reconnecting the electrical connector and then reinstalling the push pins. Reinstall the side trim panel. Reinstall the negative terminal on the primary battery and reinstall the negative terminal on your auxiliary battery. Well, that about wraps it up for the installation of these S-Series cab lights on this 25 and newer Ram 2500 and 3500 truck. If you like these cab lights or these tow mirror lights, head on over to boostauto.com to add these products to your build today. Once again, thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you on the next one.
The products shown in this video and so much more can be purchased on our website at boostauto.com. We are proud to offer a wide variety of products, parts, and accessories for your truck or SUV that will take your build to the next level. To watch videos like this one and to find out about our newest innovative products for your vehicle, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all for now. We'll catch you on the next one.